Hello and welcome back to Minecraft with Niceberg. I am Niceberg and it is time for us to get started. And we have a little problem back here in working through some nights and things. We've apparently let our villagers get exposed to some zombies. So you can see on my hotbar there, I've got myself 8 golden apples and some splash potions of weakness. We've got a few more in our inventory. So before we really get on with the episode today, we're going to go ahead and take care of this little problem here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to splash all of them at one time. So I'm going to try and get 4. Boom. And we'll see how many we actually got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we got 5 of the 8. That's not so bad. And it's okay that I'm getting splashed. There we go. All right, well, hey, at least these guys are going to give us some great discounts again moving forward. That will be really, really good. So that's awesome. We're going to take a little break from building in this episode, and I haven't put anything around the moss farm, and actually we have a little problem with the moss farm anyway, because I did try and run it between episodes and do a little bit of stuff, and it is not producing enough for it to be self-sustaining. So I'm gonna have to play around with that a little bit and see if I can find something else to do. I've added a little bit onto it so that it runs down and through. It'll take everything out of the chest. We've got stuff in the chest right now. I've got it turned off. So maybe if I turn it back on, it'll actually do some work. But I've got the hopper turned off right now, so nothing will pass through it. But when the hopper's on, when the hopper works, it comes straight through the chest, into the composter, into a dropper, into the bubble vader, and sends the... Oh man, I'm stuck down here now. It sends the bone meal straight up through and back into the system. So it's a little bit of a self-sustaining ecosystem here. Although I didn't realize how much was down in the chest. So it might be a little bit better than we think. It's just really, really close. So may want to think about finding another way to make some bone meal. I do have a plan for that. So we'll save that for another time, though. I do have a plan today, which is inspired by one of the comments on the last episode. And we'll take a look in this shulker here. You can see I've got all kinds of wood and wool ready to go. We're going to do something today that I have never done in a really intentional way in Minecraft, and that is netherite mining. Not netherite mining, but ancient debris mining. I've never really actually gone to the nether and done serious ancient debris mining before. And so I'm really excited to do it today. And we got fire protection 3 on the helmet, fire protection 3 on the boots. Okay, that's not awesome. Let's go ahead and take a chest plate with us. Maybe we should see... You know, I may spend a few minutes off camera here before we head down, let these guys cure up, but then also head down and do a little bit of enchanting on some diamond armor here so that we can get some better fire protection on our armor before we head down, because I do not have any fire resist potions ready to go or anything like that. And actually we should have some gold on us, shouldn't we? So I'm gonna go spend a little bit of time at our enchanting setup and see what I can do before we head out into the nether. It didn't go as well as I had hoped. I got fire protection on the leggings and protection 4 on the chest plate, so hopefully that'll be enough for us to pop into the nether and start this hunting expedition for ancient debris. I think I've got everything else that I could possibly need. Of course, there's a skelly in here. There we go. All right, so we need to dig down. We're currently at level 44, and according to what I've read online, we need to be between 8 and 22. So we are going to find a place to go ahead, and that's relatively safe to dig down so we can get down to those levels. And I think that's probably just going to be somewhere over here. And avoid some lava. So maybe we'll go back this way a little bit and kind of dig to the left here and then start going down. So once we get down to like level, we'll probably put beds on like level 14 or so. Then those will explode up and down. and hopefully we'll get to level 22 or 8 to 22 pretty easily doing it that way. All right, so we're down here at 14, and I've given ourselves a little room here to kind of make our base of operations. And I found a chunk border because I want to be exploding these beds kind of on chunk borders, is my understanding. So I'm going to come down the hallway here, and I'm supposed to make what I saw was a 4 wide, and then, oh, I need a bed. Let's make some beds. And that is supposed to go on the last 4. And then I go ahead and build up 2, and then I take it out just so I can see the corner. I crouch down and I click on the bed. At least that's what I understood I was supposed to do. Can I not be crouched? Okay, apparently I can't be crouched. Okay, took a little bit of damage there, and now we've got fire all over the place. Our first exploded bed in the nether. So I'm thinking a better way to do this might be, you can see that I'm still on the chunk border here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a bed on this side and blow it up. Take a look in here and see if we can see anything, and I don't. I'm going to turn to the other side here and just go back like this as well. Drop a bed back in there, and we'll do an explosion on the other side of the chunk border as well. And that way we really get kind of the opportunity to blow up a lot of space here. Go ahead and do that, and then that, and that, and we're there, and we click. And we got our first ancient debris right there. Excellent. Had to come back from the nether because I was running out of food. I went ahead and thinned our herd a little bit over there, but I also went ahead and fired up our netherite scraps, and you can see that I've got the gold right there in my inventory ready to go here. We've got 6 ingots all flushed out and ready to go, and now I'm remembering that I need a whatever this tool bench is called. What is it? It's a smithing table. I need a smithing table to do this. So we'll go ahead and put the smithing table out. And again, this I am super excited about because this will be the first time I ever make a netherite pick in Minecraft. So we put the pick in there, we grab our netherite ingot, and boom, our very first netherite pickaxe, my very first netherite pickaxe ever in Minecraft survival. This is amazing. Very excited about it, and super happy that that we've got it. So that's fantastic. I don't really have anything else that I want to put netherite on right now. So I am going to have to kind of think about what I want to do with our leggings and everything. I've got an extra 5 netherite ingots there, and we'll have to decide what we're going to do. Get our armor all done up the way that I want it, so that we can put netherite on everything and get ourselves a full set of netherite armor. So I do need, what's it here? I had 27. I think I need like another 6 or so, 5 or 6 netherite scrap to be able to really get a full set of armor and tools and things. But we'll probably go back and get some more later on. Right now, I'm really happy to have this netherite pick, and maybe we'll spend, whoops, took a screenshot by accident. So I am really happy to have this netherite pick, and maybe we'll spend the rest of the episode either trying to figure out what our armor is going to be, what our good set of armor is going to be for our netherite to use on, or we certainly have some landscaping that we do need to go do over around our iron farm. So I'd also like to check that out and get that taken care of today as well. So a couple options there on things that we're going to get done and try and get done. And I'm now realizing that actually we have a project that we need to work on before we can really probably get our armor where we want it to be, and that's going to be to improve our villager breeder / trading hall area. So maybe we'll get a little bit of work done on that as well, and finish out the episode. So yeah, that was awesome. Netherite mining there, or ancient debris mining rather. That was a really cool experience with the beds and trying to figure that stuff out. Maybe at some point we'll do some TNT mining as well and go about things that way too. I think that'd be really great. So take these trees out that are just hanging here. And there we have it, some landscaping around our iron farm. I'm not super happy with it, but I think maybe once the vines grow in, it'll help. And I have left this side pretty wide open just because I don't know what I'm going to do there. And we could also do a little bit more over here on this flat side. But we've hidden a little bit of lighting in there. And again, we've got non-spawnable blocks, at least another 2 blocks out from the wall, which I think should sufficiently prevent any of our iron golems from actually spawning outside the walls here. Oops, that hurt. So I think that'll do, and it looks better than just doing a couple of rows of moss carpet or a couple of rows of path blocks or whatever, and just gives it a little bit more life over here in the jungle sort of area, overgrown a little bit. And, I don't know, looks fine. I do need to take care of this chest right here. It is just hanging out in the middle, and so I think I'm gonna do a little bit of sorting and getting our lives in order here with a lot of our chests, and do just a little bit of organization. We've got those chests over there from the couple of projects that we did as well. So I'm going to spend a few minutes just kind of sorting and putting things away into our storage system before we decide what to do next. Although I do have a pretty good idea of the last thing that I'd like to get done before I leave you for this week. So stay tuned for our zombification chamber. Well, this is reasonably stressful. I just got blown up by a creeper right next to my chests, and yep, everything is now on the ground. So we are going to have to rush to make sure that I don't lose anything here. Let's look around, I guess make sure that there are any creepers. Oh, this is ridiculous. 3, 2. We are getting close now to our next major task, and that involves our villager breeder over here. So I am installing a zombification center down here so we can get trades and do everything we need to. So we are going to get a zombie down in here. Eventually what will happen is minecart comes out here, grabs a villager, they drop down right here on this track. Zombie zombifies them, and we make sure that we get the trade that we want for the price that we want, and then we can take them out to a trading hall, which obviously has not been built yet. But before we do any of that, we need a zombie. So I am out here now at night waiting on a zombie. I have an axe in my hand, or in my hotbar here, to try and get a zombie to pick it up. And once we find a zombie that picks it up, we will be able to immediately take him back to the zombification chambers there and use him to zombify our villagers. Now it's gonna be a little bit tough because we got to find one that'll pick up the axe, but hopefully it won't take too long here. Hey, there we go, we got one to pick it up. So we'll get rid of these other guys, and we'll bring this feller with the axe over to our zombification chamber. No! Oh, man. I accidentally shot him. Yes. All right, we got another one. And we are close by here, so this should go pretty easily, I think. I just accidentally left a block in. All right, so we'll cover that up, and now he should be hanging out right down here in the water, and sure enough, he is. So we'll take that water out, and that will, he'll be stuck in there now, and we're going to do a couple other things over the top of him with some redstone to keep him in there safe and sound. Let's sleep so that the sun will come up and we don't have to worry about any baddies. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I clean up the top here, because the last thing I want to do is remove some stuff or whatever and then have the zombie start burning up, which is exactly what would happen to me. After all that work to try and get him in there, I do not want to lose him right away. So we'll go ahead and replace this block with dirt, and we'll take this down. That way he's protected and he won't burn up in the sun, so that'll be beautiful. Take that down. Now, I always have to kind of remember exactly how to do this, but I think I'll be able to get it done as long as I can remember where I put all of my equipment. I was about to fly away when I remembered that I wanted to go ahead and label this guy, give him a name tag, make sure that he doesn't despawn. Now, he does have an item in his hand, so he shouldn't despawn anyway, but I just wanted to be safe. So the block right there above his head is going to end up being a glass block. So I will go ahead and put that in. And then we're going to put a sticky piston there. And so that should be like a solid block, and that'll be okay. Again, this is added protection. Make sure that I don't do anything along the way here that would cause him to burn up. Now that we've got that sticky piston, we'll come in here and we'll put it right there like that. There we go. And now what we can do, do I have a lever? I don't, but I also don't have any sticks. Oh, amazing. Now that we've got the lever, we'll go ahead and toss that right above that piston for right now. We're going to do this a little bit differently later, but now when we drop that lever and the zombie gets stuck in that glass block, he won't aggro on anybody, and when we pull it up, it'll aggro on somebody, and then invisible, 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 visible. So we'll leave it down like that. We'll pull a villager out, drop down there. We'll open the zombie up, he'll attack him, turn him into a zombie villager, and then we'll close it up. We'll heal our villager up, and we'll get some discounted trade, and then we'll shoot him off to wherever our villager trading hall is. And again, right now, I don't have that planned really, so that's going to have to come very, very soon, and we'll do that. So right now, there's a couple other things that I would like to do with this, but there's something that I want to put right up here to make this a pretty interesting and pretty neat little zombie villager cure kind of thing, considering the number of times that we might need to cure a villager in order to get the trade prices that we want. Splash potions of weakness are not a great idea, and so I've got a plan for that, and we'll fix that now. Now that I have everything that I need to be able to demonstrate this, we'll go ahead and demonstrate it. Throw some splash potions up there in that dispenser, and then over here in this dispenser, I've got a minecart. So the minecart should go pick up a villager, and then drop them right over here, and you'll see what happens. Boom, got one, drops down. He's happy right there. And so we flip the switch. He turns into a zombie villager, which is exactly what we wanted. We flip the switch again. He gets hit with a splash potion of weakness, and we go ahead and feed him a golden apple. He sits there, he gets cured, and then we can cycle him through whatever trades we want until we get the book or the sticks or whatever it is that we want. Now, my initial plan was to do arrows of weakness up here instead of splash potions, because since we're going to be going one at a time and we may need to do more than once, I want something pretty replenishable. But our trade over with our archers or with our fletchers is for arrows of slowness, and I thought it was arrows of weakness. So we don't have arrows of weakness yet, but eventually we can put arrows of weakness in there instead of splash potions of weakness, and just kind of get a little more bang for our buck. We can buy a bunch of those with emeralds, and we can go from there. So next time we're going to need to get ourselves a little trading hall and maybe move all of our villagers over into a trading hall so that we can have some semblance of a location where they're at. And I'm thinking that the trading hall is maybe going to go right in this space here. There's a hole here already, so that gives us plenty of room for any sort of basement dwelling that we want, and then we can build right over the top of it. It's also really close to our villager breeder and our zombificator / curing module down there, and so it won't be a very long trip either. So I think this is probably where we're going to do that, and I'll need to design that and figure out what it is that I want to do. And that's probably going to be in the next episode when we go ahead and do that. So looking forward to that. And that's going to be it for today. We found our first netherite, which is excellent. Again, that's the first netherite pickaxe that I have ever made and ever received in survival. And we did our landscaping around the iron farm here to hopefully prevent any more spawns outside, and we haven't seen any more in this episode since we did this, so I'm thinking that we have fixed the problem, which would be very, very good. And then, of course, last but not least, we got our zombificator going down here for our villagers, so we can get all the discounts we want. Pretty full episode, lots going on here. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you're ready to see what our next episode has to bring. Until then, I hope y'all have a great week. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Hit that like button, subscribe. If you've been coming back regularly, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button so you know when I post a new video. And again, like it, and tell all your friends. Tell all your friends. Until next time, I am Niceberg, and I'll see ya.